Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So we are going to present our mini case study related to the topic budgeting. Okay, so this is our group members. Aina Insyirah binti Rusmadi 1202379, Afifah Nur Saadah binti Azmi 1202381, Nurzulfa binti Mohamad Fazli 1202385, Nurul Hazirah binti Muhammad Ramli 1202392.
Okay, for the expected cash collection, so first we jot down sales November 340,000 and December 360,000. So the expected cash collection calculation, which is about calculation. So first account receivable, we got 83,200 from the questions, and the November sales, which is 255,000, which is from sales November 340,000 times, which is 75%. It is for the due month. So we add both of them, and we can got the cash collection for November, which is 338,200. For the November, the account receivable, which is about 85,000, because of from this is November 340,000 times 25%, and we got 85,000. And for the December sales, okay, for the 25%, which is for the following month, which is 25%. And for the December sales, we got 270,000, which is from the December sales, 360,000 times with the percentage during month, which is 25%. So we add both of them, and we can got 355,000. Okay, so we go to the Minicase purchase budget for the November and December. For the November, budgeted cost of goods sold, we got 241,400, which is from the sales of November 340,000 times with 71% as mentioned in the question. And we add with the ending merchandise inventory, which is about 191,000. 700. So we add both of them, and we got to 433,100. So we left with the beginning merchandise, which is about 191,050. So the required purchase for November, we got 52,015. So for the December, we got the budgeted cost of goods sold, which is 255,600 from the sales December 360,000 times with 71%, and we add the ending merchandise, which is 186,375 from the sales 350,000 times with 71% for the budget cost of goods sold of sales 71%, and we times again with 75%. So we got 186,375. So we add both of them, and total needs we got 441,975, and we less with the merchandise inventory, which is the amount come from the ending inventory from the November, which is 191,700. So we got the required purchase for the December 250,275. So we go to the cash budget for the November and December. So the total cash disbursement for the November, which is we got 17,600 from the cash disbursement from the dice 169,200 and we plus with the other monthly cash expense as mentioned in question 21,400. So the first we calculate the beginning cash balance 22,200 from the question, and we add with the cash receipt, which is 338,200 from the A question, and we got the total cash available, which is about 360,400, and we left with the cash disbursement just now, which is about 270,600. So we got the excess of cash available disbursement, which is about 142,800, and we add the financing, which is 0. So we got the ending cash balance for November, which is 142,800. So for the December, beginning cash balance, which is about 142,800 plus with the cash receipt, which is about from the answer in the question A, which is 355,000, and we got the total cash available, which is 497,800. So we less than with the cash disbursement at the above, so we can got the exist of cash available disbursement, which is about 224,315, and we add with the financing, which is 0. So the ending cash balance for the December, we got 224,350.
Okay, for question D, prepare budgeted income statement for November and December. The formula is sales minus with cost of goods sold, and we get gross profit minus with operating expenses equal net income. So for November, sales we got from the question 340,000 minus with 241,400 cost of goods sold equal 98,600 profit, minus with operating expenses, which is 21,400 other money cash expenses, minus 21,200 depreciation, and we get 56,000 net income for December. Sales we have 360,000 minus with 255,600 cost of goods sold, equal 104,400 gross profit minus with other monthly cash expenses and depreciation, and we get net income 61,800. Lastly, prepare budgeted balance sheet for the end of December. Firstly, we have to find the total asset. For the asset, cash we get from the C43, which is the ending cash balance for December 224350. Next is account receivable. Account receivable we get from C8, 36,000 multiply with 35%, and we get 90,000. For merchandise inventory, we just take from C22, merchandise purchase budget for December, ending merchandise inventory 186,375, and property, plants and equipment, the formula is 1,006,000 that we get from the question, minus with C56 multiply by 2, C56 depreciation 21200 multiply by 2, and we get 963,600. So the total is sum up all the total, we get 1,464,325. And for liability and stakeholder equity, for account payable, we get from C25, which is required purchase from December 250275. Next is common stock, and next is retained earning. Okay, for retained earning, the formula is 456250 plus B57 and plus C57, and we get 574050. So the total liability is 1464325. The total of asset and total of liability is balanced.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will be presenting about the second question of Minicase study, the topic of budgeting. Okay, so for the first question, for direct labor rate variance, the formula is actual hour times actual rate and minus with the actual hour times standard rate. So firstly, we find the actual hour and actual rate. So this is the actual hour times with the actual rate. So we got 24,080, and then for actual rate times standard rate, we got 23,800, and then we minus. So the formula is we minus here 24,000 minus 23,000, so we got 280 unfavorable. So it is unfavorable because the actual is higher than the standard. Okay, next, for second question, direct labor efficiency variance. Okay, for direct labor efficiency variance, the formula is actual hour times standard rate minus with the standard hour times standard rate. So for the actual hours times standard rate, it is same as the first question. So the total hour is 3,400 times with the 7 rate, and we get 23,800. Okay, and then for the second formula, which is standard hour times standard rate, we find the standard hour. So the standard hours is 800 because they produce 800 units, and then the standard rate is 28. So this 28 is 4 times 7. In the question is given this, so we get 22,400, and then for the total we minus, which is this formula, we minus the actual hour times standard rate minus with the standard hour times standard rate, so we get 1,400 unfavorable because the actual is higher than the standard. And then the third question is direct labor price variance. Okay, for the formula of direct material price variance, actual quantity times actual price minus with the actual quantity times standard price. Okay, the actual quantity and actual price is given in the equation. So 3000 for iron, we got 3900 quantity times with the 2, and we get 7800, and 2000 for chopper, we got 2009 and 600 times with the 3 ringgit and 1 cent, so we get at 8060. Okay, so we total, so this is the total actual quantity times actual price. Okay, the second formula is actual quantity times standard price. So actual quantity is same as the previous, and the standard price for iron is 2 and the standard price for chopper is 3. So we add these two quantity, and then for total, so this is the formula, we minus 15,860 minus with the 50,600, so we get 260 unfavorable because the actual is higher, which is this actual is higher than the standard. Fourth question is direct material quantity variance. Okay, the formula is actual quantity times standard price minus with the standard quantity times standard price. Okay, so actual quantity times standard price is same as the previous question. So we get 15,600. And then for the second formula, standard quantity times standard price. So the standard quantity is given in the question is 800, and the standard price is 10 because 5 pieces times 2, and this is 3 pieces times 3. So we need to times the price first, and then we times with the quantity. So we get 15,200. So the total is we minus these two, and then we get 400 and unfavorable because the what we call that the standard price, the actual price is higher than the standard price. So that's why we get the unfavorable. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Aina Insyirah Rusmadi, so I will continue the presentation. Okay, for overhead expenditure variance change, the formula is the total of actual hour multiplied by actual rate minus by the total of actual hour multiplied by standard rate. Okay, so for variable actual overhead stated in the question is 12,000 and the actual rate is 7 ringgit. Okay, so for variable standard overhead, for normal time is 2,000 hour multiplied by 3, so we got 6,000. 1,400 for overtime multiplied by 3, we got 4,200. So 12,000 minus by 10,200, we got 1,800 unfavorable because the actual variable overhead is higher than the standard variable overhead. Okay, so for overhead efficiency variance change, the formula is the total of actual hour multiplied by standard rate minus by standard hour multiplied by standard rate. Okay, so for normal time, 2,000 hour, we multiply by 3 ringgit, and for overtime, 1,400, we multiply by 3 ringgit, so we got the total of 10,200. Okay, so for overtime standard hour, which is stated in the question, 4 hours multiplied by 800 units. So we got 3,200 multiplied by 3, then we got 9,600. So 10,200 minus 9,600, we got 600 unfavorable because it should add 200 hours to complete the production. For budget variance expenditure for fixed overhead, the formula is actual fixed overhead minus budgeted fixed overhead. So RM 8,800, which is stated or given in the question, minus by 8,000, which is the total of 2 ringgit multiplied by 4,000 hours. So we got 8,000. So 8,800 minus by 8,000, we got 800 unfavorable because the actual fixed overhead, which is 8,800, is higher than the standard fixed overhead, which is 8,000. So for the last question is volume variance on fixed overhead. Okay, so the formula is budgeted fixed overhead minus fixed overhead applied, which is standard hour multiplied by standard rate. Okay, so budgeted fixed overhead we got from the previous question, which is 8,000 minus by 2 ringgit of 4 hours and multiply by 800 unit produced. So we got 6,400. So 8,000 minus by 6,400, we got 1,600 unfavorable because it should add 800 hours needed to complete the production. That's all from us. Thank you.